You've seen it before. A player tries 5 skill moves in a row, step overs, elasticos, spins, and then nothing. The defender doesn't even flinch. In fact, they win the ball, turn and start a counter attack. You think, wait, what just happened? Because here's the thing, the higher level you go, the less that stuff works. And I'm going to tell you why. We've been sold this idea that more skill equals better dribbling. But the truth is almost the opposite. At elite levels, simple dribbling not only works better, it's what actually separates great players from flashy ones. So if you've ever felt like your skills don't work in real games, or that you get shot down by defenders who barely move, this video will finally make it click for you. By the end of this video, you'll not only know why simple dribbling works, you'll know exactly how to use it to beat defenders who think they've figured you out. And if you're new here, I'm Fervi. I help young bowlers like you get better in real game relevant ways. So hit subscribe, drop a like, and comment down below if you found this video useful. Also join the newsletter in the description. I drop free guides every week that will change your training forever. Let's talk about the myth first. Most young players grow up watching highlight reels, Neymar's rainbow flip, Ronaldo's step overs, Vinny Jr. dancing past defenders. And don't get me wrong, those things are incredible, but highlights lie. What you don't see is that 95% of their game is made up of simplicity. A quick touch, a small shift of the body, one movement. That's what actually beats defenders. But when all you see is the show, you start to think that's what dribbling is supposed to look like all the time, and you try to copy it. But then in a real match, everything feels rushed. The defender doesn't fall for it, and you get frustrated. The truth, flashy moves are the icing. Simple dribbling is the cake, and cake wins games. So why does it work? It's simple. Defenders at higher levels don't fall for fake stuff. They've seen it too many times. They're not biting on your third step over or waiting for you to juggle the ball in your head. They're watching your hips, your first touch, your angle of attack. At academy and professional levels, defenders are calm, they're smart, and they know what you want to do before you do it. But when you use simple dribbling, you take all of that away from them. You don't give them time to guess. You don't let them read you. You don't need 5 seconds to beat them, you only need half a second. Clean body feints, a subtle pause, a burst of speed, that's it. Players like Messi, Musiala and Foden are the perfect example. They're not out there spamming 5 skills, they're just impossible to read. And that comes from doing less, not more. When defenders can't predict you, they can't stop you. And when you keep it simple, you become unpredictable. Let's talk about something people barely mention when they talk about skill, your brain. Because at the end of the day, football is a thinking game, and the way your brain processes information during a match, especially under pressure, is what separates average players from elite ones. You have something in your brain called cognitive load. Think of it like a backpack you wear during the game. Every decision you have to make, should I pass? Is that defender close? Can I take a touch? Adds more weight to that backpack. Now imagine you're sprinting with that backpack on, and instead of making one quick decision, you're forcing your brain to remember and execute a 4-step combo of skill moves. That's exhausting, and not just physically, mentally too. At higher levels, the game is fast. You get the ball, and you have maybe half a second before pressure comes. That's not the time to think, okay, first step over, then roll, then cut inside. It's too late. Simple dribbling reduces that mental weight. It becomes automatic. Your body does what it's trained to do without needing permission from your brain. This is why players who simplify their game actually make faster decisions, appear calmer on the ball, and don't panic under pressure. Their brains aren't cluttered, the backpack is light, and when you're thinking less, you're seeing more: space, runs, danger, opportunity. That's the science behind simplicity. Let's get honest, how many times have you completely embarrassed someone in training or at the park using a nutmeg or skill combo, only to try the same thing in a match and it just doesn't work? There's a reason. The playground is about fun, freedom, trying new things. No one's really pressing you with intensity. No coach is yelling if you lose the ball. You're relaxed, and that makes it easier to be creative. But in a match, especially as you climb the levels, you're dealing with defenders who don't care how cool you look. They care about stopping you. They press you fast, cover space intelligently, and know how to anticipate your every move. Here's the key difference. Playground dribbling is reactive, but pro-level dribbling is proactive. In a real game, everything is connected. If you dribble sideways for too long, you might block your wingers' overlap or your fullbacks' overlap. If you try a flick and lose it, you leave your team exposed. If you take too long, the space closes. You don't have time for extra touches. The best dribblers don't just beat defenders, they move the game forward. They use one clean action to explode past pressure, shift the tempo, or create space for others. So while your playground creativity is useful to develop confidence and flair, your match play has to be rooted in effectiveness. And that usually means cutting out the extra and keeping it direct. That's the difference between a baller who looks good in training and one who wins games. Let's say you're convinced now. Okay, Fervi, I get it, simplicity works. But how do I train for that? Great question, and the good news, you don't need anything fancy. In fact, simple dribbling starts with mastering the fundamentals under pressure, in rhythm, and in game-like situations. Start with this, train your first touch until it's second nature. Your first touch decides everything, your angle, your options, your flow. If your touch is sloppy, it doesn't matter how quick your feet are, everything will feel rushed. So take 20 minutes a day, hit the ball against the wall, control it with both feet, sometimes stop it dead, sometimes let it roll, sometimes push it into space. Get creative but stay controlled. Next, train your change of direction. You don't need cones, use lines on a pavement or even shadows. Dribble slowly towards it, shift your hips and explode the other way. One move, clean execution, that's it. Now here's where most people stop, but you won't. Train your decision speed. That means setting up drills where you're reacting, not just doing set patterns. Have a friend point left or right, or set up two gates and react to which one opens. Dribble towards pressure, then quickly turn out. The goal isn't to just do moves, it's to make decisions quickly and effectively with the ball. And finally, film yourself. What's your body language? Are you relaxed or tense? Are you wasting touches or being sharp? Are your moves actually working or they're just moving? This is how simple dribbling becomes instinct, not just a drill. One proof, watch Lionel Messi in slow motion, not the goals. Watch what he does when he's dribbling in tight spaces. He barely moves. His body does all the work. One shimmy, one pause, touch, gone. Musiala, same thing. He dances, but it's not because he's doing skills. It's because his balance is perfect and he changes direction like water. These players are proof that you don't need a bag of tricks. You need control, timing and feel. That comes from training simply, moving purposefully and understanding what defenders hate most, unpredictability. This part is personal because I see it all the time and I was guilty of it too. You train hard, you spend hours learning new moves, watching tutorials, perfecting that crazy spin or that trick you saw on Instagram. You put in the effort, but when the game starts, you disappear. It's like nothing you practiced is working. And here's the hard truth. Most players train for the wrong environment. You train for a smooth, pressure-free moment, but the game isn't clean, it's messy, it's fast, it's full of chaos. The players who shine are the ones who train for that chaos. They build habits that hold up when everything breaks down. So where do most players go wrong? They overtrain complexity, but undertrain execution under pressure. They think dribbling is about learning 50 skills. It's not. Dribbling is about choosing the right move at the right time and having the control to pull it off without thinking. And the other mistake, training in isolation without context. You can master the perfect La Croqueta in your room, but if you don't understand when to use it, when the defender's weight is on the front foot, or when they're showing you to your weaker side, it doesn't matter. Don't just train skills, train situations, and most importantly, drop the ego. Simpler doesn't mean worse, it means sharper, quicker, more effective. When you stop trying to impress and start trying to impact, everything changes. So here's the challenge. This week, focus on doing less but doing it better. One feint, one touch, one move. Train it, master it, and take it to the pitch. If this video helps you understand the game on a deeper level, smash that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss the next guide. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway, and if you're serious about improving, join my free newsletter below. I'm dropping weekly game-changing guides, drills, and tactics just for you, but most importantly, enjoy the beautiful game.